So you've got an online course and it isn't magically making you millions of dollars.
Was it as easy as it looked?
No, sir. No, sir, it wasn't.
You're not alone, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to market and sell your online course. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe so that you can get the simple strategies that you need to grow your business. I'm Amy Walker, Client Acquisition Specialist, and my job is to help you find the simplest path to consistently acquiring your dream client. So you've got a course, and I would love to hear what it is. Please let me know down below what's your course and who's it for. The online course market is booming right now. I mean, especially after coming out of the year 2020 and everybody being home so much, we're all wanting to learn new things, and a lot of people are trying to start businesses or new hobbies or new passions. Online courses are booming, and there's a lot of people out there selling online course creation. But here's the challenge. The course itself, having the most well-designed, well-structured, awesome course, does not mean that it's going to sell and make you all of the money that you want. So we've got to make sure that we have a strong marketing strategy and a strong sales strategy in place in order for that course to really produce for you. My first tip I'm going to give you is actually for people who haven't made the course yet. You're thinking about making the course and looking for ways to make sure it's going to be successful. Here's my tip for you. Pre-sell the course. Before you produce the course, sell it. Because it is so sad to watch somebody spend all this time, effort, and money to create a beautiful course that nobody actually wants. I made this mistake myself when I launched my first book, Walk Your Talk, Take Ownership, and Lead Like You Mean It. I created a leadership course that was to accompany the book. And when I launched it and I created it and I got it out there, it was not really selling. And so I went and I surveyed my clients, and what they wanted was not more of what was in the book. They wanted the pieces that were missing from the book that I alluded to but didn't go into, the tactile how-to pieces of leadership. So then I had to go and redesign again and launch again, and then it sold. Please hear me out on this. If you haven't made your course yet, don't make it yet. Launch it, sell it. Take people through it in a live experience, survey them, see what they liked, see what they didn't, and then go back and make the course. You'll be thanking me later, I promise. All right, now the tips for all of you that have the course and are trying to get it to sell more. The first tip that I have for you is to prove the sales funnel before you start pumping ads into it. A lot of times when you're working with course creation experts, they're teaching you about how to create the course and then how to run ads into the course, because ads are a great way to sell a course. They really are. But there's a problem with that, which is if you have not proven the sales process, you could have a problem in the webinar. You could have a problem on your landing page to the webinar. You could have a problem in your follow-up process after the webinar, and you're spending a lot of money and you don't know where the problems are. So I really recommend that you prove the sales process first before you start running ads or putting your efforts into marketing. A lot of times you can do that on a simpler, smaller scale by marketing to the people that are already following you in your current audience, or maybe creating some collaborations or affiliate offers with other people just to get a small pool of people to run through and make sure that you're popping out sales the other end. Once you are, now it's time to really advertise and scale. I recommend that you create multiple lead generation strategies to bring people into your course. That's going to allow you to have more control and be able to watch what's performing and what's not. A lot of times when you're working with course creation experts, they kind of show you one path to get people into the course, which is great if it works, but really discouraging if it doesn't. My next tip for you is to track how well each of these campaigns are performing. This is really important because you might find that you're doing challenges through Facebook groups, and those are working really well for you, but your Facebook ads might not be converting as well. Or maybe speaking gigs are killing it, but podcasts not so much. It's gonna help you be able to figure out how to spend your time and how to allocate that. So let me show you the tool that I use to track my marketing campaigns. This is my ultimate marketing calendar, and it's something that I'll actually give you each the opportunity to download for free if you want it. So the first thing that I love about this is it actually allows me to enter in my sales goal, enter in my numbers, and it will tell me how many leads I need to reach that goal, which is really cool. And then if you change things, like for example, let's say your conversion rate is 40% because you're an amazing closer, it will recalculate how many leads you need to reach the sales goal. Or let's say you have a month where you want to kill it with sales and you want to do 100,000 in sales. It will, that's 100,000. Okay, then it will tell you how many leads you need to have in there. So that formula at the top is really cool because it's going to show you how many leads you need in order to reach your goals. But the second place that's also really cool is right here with your marketing opportunities. You're going to be able to come in and put in what your lead generation sources are. So maybe you're doing a speaking gig. And in that speaking gig, it's going to be free, but you're projecting that it's going to give you 50 leads. And out of that 50 leads, you should be able to get 3,000 in sales. Again, that's based on the numbers you put in on the top. And so it tells you your projected lead value. Well, you can go back afterwards and you say, you know what, actually, I got 75 leads and my actual sales generated was $10,000. And then it's going to tell you that each lead value, instead of it being $61 projected, it ended up being $133. And then you can look at it and say, yeah, that was awesome. Let's do that again. And then maybe you look at your, maybe the next thing that you're doing is Facebook ads. And let's say that you put $5,000 into your Facebook ads. You projected to get 200 leads and close $12,000. And then let's say that your actual leads that you got was 175. Oops. Sorry, change that number, 175, and you actually generated $25,000, and then it's going to tell you that your value was 142. So that actually performed better than the speaking gigs. And you might not have realized that. You might have been thinking, oh, but the speaking gig was free and look how well it did. And the Facebook ads cost so much. Well, no, they actually outperform. So then you can look at that and you can say, yes, I will absolutely do that again. Now let's cover some strategies that I've seen be really successful and pretty easy to implement to bring new people into your online course. Speaking gigs are awesome. I know that speaking gigs have been slow, especially in-person speaking gigs, which are the ones that produce the best, but they will start to pick back up as the year goes on, and there are online speaking opportunities as well. So in person, here's the beauty of the speech. You can go and deliver a speech, and from stage, within 30 minutes to an hour, you can get people to make a decision and go take action. And they will line up at the back of the room to buy that course. We love that because you can turn an hour of your time pretty easily into like 10 sales if you're in front of the right room of people. So speaking gigs are great. Again, they will start to pick back up as the year goes on, and we'll see more of those. For now, what we're looking at is online speaking gigs. And what will happen in an online speaking gig is they move a little bit differently. So in an online speaking gig, at the end, they're not usually ready to go and sign up right then, but what they're ready to do is give you their information for an in-between step. So it's a great way to give them a freebie, like a little free taste, and then be able to come back afterwards, build the relationship, and then close the deal. So it doesn't happen quite as fast as the live ones, but sales will still come out of online speaking gigs. The next strategy is webinars. Webinars are actually really good for getting people to go and take action. Now, the price point matters on a webinar. I think you can sell pretty well up to about $2,000 on a webinar. If you are going for something higher for your course, you're going to want to take them from a webinar to a sales conversation to close that deal. Because once they get about $2,000, they just want to have that extra conversation with another human being to make sure that they're making a good decision, which is understandable. But webinars are a great way to be able to easily get people into a conversation around a problem that they might have or something that they want to do or experience, and then at the end, create that offer and move them either directly to sale or to sales call. The next strategy that I see working really well for courses is online challenge groups. So this is where you create like a 7-day eat no sugar challenge, or a 5-day stress less challenge, or a 7-day visibility challenge, or a 7-day sales challenge. But you create a challenge, people get to come in, join the challenge. What's great about it is they're well nurtured. So they go through these different experiences with you every day. They're having little wins, and at the end, they just want more. And so you get to go in and then offer your program, and they move in directly from the event. And these convert really well if you structure it right. Another strategy that works really well is affiliates and ambassadors, finding other people. In fact, sometimes there are people who've been through the course themselves, loved it, and want to promote it to others. Affiliates and ambassadors are great because now you have an army of other people that are out there that are promoting your webinar or your free course or your online speaking event. And so they can bring people directly into the program by saying, oh, you should do this program, it's really great and here's why. Or they can promote the other marketing strategy you're using, help you fill it, and then bring people in. And of course, you'll want to compensate them. And so you'll pay them a commission based on what they sell. Next is Facebook or YouTube ads. This is the way that you blow up a course, okay? So everybody that's doing 7 figures selling their courses, and every time you say everybody, then you wonder, is it really everybody? But honestly, everyone I know that is doing millions and 7 figures, they're all doing Facebook or YouTube ads. Again, I want to go back to my advice at the beginning, which is prove the sales system before you start pumping ads into it, so that way you know that you're putting ads into something that is going to convert. But once you're selling, it's a great way to expand how many people are coming into the course. My last tip for you is to create a 12-month marketing calendar, because if we're doing more than one different thing to bring people in, we need to lay that out and make sure that we're not overwhelming ourselves within any given month or underwhelming ourselves in another month. I love looking at my 12-month marketing calendar and being able to see that I know what's happening for lead generation every single month, because a gap in marketing today is a gap in sales in 3 months. That's just the way that it goes. So if you want to make sure you're consistently selling your course, you gotta be consistently marketing your course. So let's summarize. If you haven't built your course yet, I really recommend that you pre-sell and you launch it as a live experience to test with your audience, make sure the course is working for them, and then you can produce the course. I also recommend that you prove the sales process and have multiple different lead generation sources to bring people in. We talked about several different strategies that you can use that are working well for other course creators. And we talked about the importance of tracking and planning your marketing, which leads me to a gift that I would love to give you. My ultimate marketing calendar has been revolutionary for myself and for my clients, and I've got it available for you as a free download. So click into the comments and you can go get that super sexy spreadsheet that's going to calculate all your numbers for you and help you to see what's working and what's not. If you are new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can get notified every time we release new content. And if you're looking for a community of like-minded entrepreneurs, I would love for you to join us in our private Facebook group, Acquire. It's a great place to connect with other like-minded entrepreneurs, ask your questions, get feedback on ideas that you're bouncing around. So my friends, we have come to the end of our video. If you like what we are creating and you're enjoying this content, please hit the like button and leave me a comment so that I know. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day.